Hello students, welcome back. So we were talking about the half-life of first order and zero order reaction. Then we have seen numericals also, how to calculate the half-life for a particular order of reaction. Now the first part, we have completed the first part of the chapter, that is the concentration dependence of the rate of the reaction. And the second factor is temperature dependence of the rate of a reaction. So let's see what is the effect of temperature on the rate of a reaction. So we can say that temperature, it is having a significant effect on reaction rate. Okay, rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature. Rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature. It means it is directly proportional. Fine. Now whenever temperature is increasing, fine, suppose we have increased the temperature by 10 Kelvin. For every 10 Kelvin rise in temperature, rate of reaction increases by, or you can say rate of reaction becomes twice or thrice. Fine. So this can be studied in the form of, one term is there, that is temperature coefficient. So let's see what is temperature coefficient. So this we have seen that for every 10 Kelvin rise in temperature, rate of reaction becomes thrice or twice, or you can say even more than this. Okay, so you can say that temperature is having a marked effect on the rate of the reaction. Temperature will increase, rate of reaction will also increase. And you can say that with the few reactions which do not take place at all. Fine. At their normal temperature, they do not take place, like you can say combustion of fuels. Fine. Although they are in contact with the air or oxygen of the atmosphere, but then also they are not burning. If they will burn on their own, then what's the use? If they will start burning on their own, then you can say the blast or explosion will take place. So you can say when we are increasing, when we are providing temperature, extra temperature, then only the combustion is taking place. Otherwise at room temperature is not taking place, at elevated temperature it is taking place. So you can see that those reactions which are not taking place at a normal temperature, with the rise in temperature, those reactions are possible. So let's see what is temperature coefficient. So there is a term, temperature coefficient. As this name suggests, temperature coefficient, so it is a ratio. It is the ratio of rate constant at two different temperatures. Fine, it's nothing, just a ratio of the rate constant at two different temperatures. So this is a temperature coefficient. That is K T2 K T1 is equal to twice or thrice. For example, let's substitute the values of T1 and T2. What is T1 and T2? Let's say T1 and T2 are 300 and say this is temperature coefficient is equal to, say, K at 310, K at 300. It is almost becoming twice or thrice. So this is the meaning of temperature coefficient. Now we'll see the explanation. What is the explanation? Fine. Now as we know that reacting species, they are taking part in the reaction. Yes, reacting species, they are taking part in the reaction, and we have seen how the reaction is taking place. We have learned the molecularity. In molecularity we have seen the number of molecules or the ions or the atoms which are taking part in the reaction or which collide simultaneously to carry out the formation of the product. So which collide. So you can say the reacting species, they have to collide with one another. and all the reacting species, you can say, it depends upon the speed of the reacting species. So what is the explanation? That reacting species are to collide with one another. Fine, and we know that temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy. If temperature increases, then kinetic energy also increases. So kinetic energy of the reacting species increases. If the kinetic energy of the reacting species is increasing, it means rate of the reaction has to increase. Yes, because it is increasing the, you can say temperature is increasing the kinetic energy. So, you can say that rate of reaction will increase. So let's see what is the actual increase. So with the rise in temperature, you can say with rise in temperature, Ke increasing, so that increase is about 1.8%. Okay, that increase is about 1.8%, but the actual increase is 100% or even more than this. Now what is this? See, expected is whatever we are calculating with respect to kinetic energy, that is increasing this much amount, but actual increase is 100% or even more. So this can be, you can say, this can be viewed from a different angle. Now what is that angle? Let's see. So we are saying the reacting species which are taking part in the reaction, and they have to colloid with one another. Now when they are colliding with one another, fine, we have to see whether the collisions, they are effective or not. Effective means that they are resulting into a chemical reaction or not. If they are colliding and then going back, then no formation of product is not there, then it's ineffective one. Fine, no use of that. If they are colliding and effectively they are colliding with one another and leads to the formation of product, then it means it's an effective collision. Fine. So collision is there, but we have to check whether it's effective or not. So you can say that only effective collisions will result into a chemical reaction. So this can be viewed from a different angle. So we are saying that reacting species which are taking part in the reaction, they are having moving with the kinetic energy. Fine. So you can say all the reacting species are not moving with same Ke, same kinetic energy. So we can say that only certain fraction of it, it's moving with the same kinetic energy. So let's see, on an average we can say average kinetic energy, because every molecule is moving with its own speed. So that's why we always used to take average kinetic energy of the molecules. So the chemist, you can say scientist was there that who has studied the behavior, different behavior, that is Ludwig Boltzmann and James Clerk. Ludwig Boltzmann and James Clerk. They have studied the behavior of molecules. Behavior of certain molecules. Okay, they have studied the behavior of the certain molecules which are taking part in the reaction. Okay. So let's say, let N be the total number of molecules taking part in the reaction, and then delta N by N, this be the certain fraction, this is out of that only, fraction of molecules having same Ke. Fine, because as we are saying, all the molecules are moving with a different kinetic energy. So let's say whatever they have studied the behavior of a large number of molecules, certain molecules which are taking part in the reaction, certain large number. Fine. So let out of that, you can say, just let N be the total number of molecules which are taking part in the reaction, and out of that total, let this is a fraction. Delta N by N be the certain fraction of molecules having same kinetic energy. Fine. Now let's see, let's plot the graph between this. We have plotted the graph between this fraction and kinetic energy. Here they have taken the fraction of molecules and here kinetic energy. So this type of graph they have observed. Fine. And this represents the most probable kinetic energy, that is with having that fraction of molecules. This is representing fraction of molecules having same Ke, that is, it is most probable. Fine. Now when we increase the temperature, let's consider at two different temperatures the same graph. Fine, this curve will remain same, and this represents the molecules, the molecular part. Fine, so we are saying this is the most probable kinetic energy. Let's say this is at T1. When we increase the temperature, what will happen? The curve gets broadened, and the fraction of the molecules taking part in the reaction at the time, that is decreasing. See, this is more broader as compared to this, where it is starting from here and it is starting from here. So this fraction is getting decreases here, and this is becoming, you can say the curve is becoming more broader. Fine, this is at T2. So this they have studied. Now let's say this particular energy is, this is also molecules. We'll discuss which are the molecules. Let's say this is E naught. Fine, we'll discuss now E naught. E naught is here threshold energy. This is the threshold energy. Fine. Again, I am telling you, this is the same graph we have taken. Let's say this is at T1. When we increase the temperature, then you can say more and more molecules, they will collide with one another and give, you can say, lead to the formation of product. So see, this is a fraction that molecules with energy E naught, it is increasing. This fraction is increasing, but here it is decreasing. The fraction having same Ke, most probable, same Ke, that is most probable kinetic energy is decreasing, but the number of molecules with the effective collisions are increasing. So let's see what is E here now, which is the threshold energy, that is the minimum energy. So what is E naught here? That is the minimum value of energy, threshold energy, that is minimum energy required to make up the collisions effective. So this is the E naught, that is the minimum energy required to make up the collisions effective. So that in the graph you see, it represents the minimum energy, that is the threshold energy. Fine. So with the increase in temperature, that at T2, the number of molecules have become more, that is the number of molecules with effective collisions has become more. because that represents the shade, but represented by the shaded portion. So you can see in the graph, it represents by the shaded portion. This is at T1, then this is at T2. So this is the portion. See, here it is this much only, but when we have increases the temperature, this has increased to this much. So this is the E0, and this fraction has increases, that is with effective collisions. Fine. So what is the conclusion here? What we can conclude, that increase in temperature has converted certain ineffective collisions into effective collisions. So that's why the rate of reaction is increasing. Fine. So you can say that the rate of reaction is due to not only increase in the collision, it is due to increase in the effective collisions of the molecules. So this, how you will come to know that the collisions are effective or not, this you will come to know from the collision theory. We will study later on at the end that what is the collision theory, what are the factors required for that. So you can note one point at the final conclusion, that increase in the reaction rate is due to increase in the number of effective collisions. So that's why we are saying that with increase in temperature, certain ineffective collisions has become effective. Okay, that's why you can say that the rate of the reaction is, or rate of reaction is increases, because we can say that increase in the total number of collision is not that much. If you see, increase in total number collision is only 2%, but increase in the number of effective collision, it's about 100%. So this is about the temperature, that how temperature is affecting the rate of the reaction. This is the explanation of that. That what are the number of molecules, or which molecules are taking part, or are they effective one or ineffective one. So this is related to this. So the next concept will be based on this only, on the effective collisions and all, that E0, that the threshold energy. So that is the concept of activation energy. So that we'll see next time. Fine. So I hope it's clear to everyone how rate is affected by the change in temperature. So this is all about the temperature effect on the rate of the reaction. Till then, thank you.